welcome back to G1 Gamer. We're now looking ahead to episode 8 of our G1 Jockey for 2008 series, and it's going really well, folks. We've got a blockbuster for you this time. We are now qualified for G1 race competition. We're more than in the hunt as well for the Champion Apprentice Award at the end of the campaign as well. We're coming into the final months of our first season as a professional jockey, and it's going to be a blast. Please, before we go any further though, leave a like and also subscribe to the channel and stay up to date with future content. But in the meantime, let's get stuck in. So folks, kicking us off in our first week in September, we have got Class D stakes action on a regular ride, Bay Zetan over 1,000. Class D stakes again with Winter House, and then Class C filly stakes action over 1,500 with Nouvelle, a horse we've ridden well in the past. Hansa Queen stakes G3 with Snipping over 2,000, and Class C stakes as well on day 2 with both Dark Envoy and Makeup Artist, the first race over 1,800 and the second over 1,200. Right, kicking us off then, folks, it's Bay Zetan, our regular ride, expected to come 5th in this one in a very small field. I don't think this is going to lead to victory, but you never know. We've said these things before, and you know, sometimes we've managed to turn up a surprise, and in a closely matched field like this, anything could happen. God Dancer rated 58, a couple of negative abilities against this one as well, ridden by Jack Fletcher. Spurt and Toughness don't look great. Fade is good though. This horse likes to lead. I'm expecting it to lead pretty much all the way through. We're 56 rated. We're going to be prominent, so behind the favourite. Hopefully we can undo him on the way to the finish line. We're going to drop in, basically. That's largely the plan. Got quite a bit of stamina here. I'll tell you now, we could turn something up. I'm going to send my horse nice and wide. Let's try and break early if we can. Got a little bit left in our pocket. Come on, Bay Zetan, let's see if we can undo it. Yes! What a win! I said anything could happen, folks, and it definitely did. The favourite was nowhere near, really. What a result. Right, Class D stakes action, and we're on Winter House, a horse with a fantastic chance. A, because he's favourite, the 3-year-old colt, but also 61 rated. I think Class D stakes action is definitely going to be I think a more easier level for this horse to cope with. In terms of other horses to be concerned about, Sea Signal, not a bad horse. Maria Robinson in the saddle, but rated 58. Obedience and Toughness go against it. No positives in terms of blues in the attributes for Sea Signal. I think we're on the better mount, and we should mop up here. We've got the shortest route to the winning post, and I have to say I'm liking this from Winter House right now. Really nice run. This young 3-year-old colt is feeling well equipped now for the finish. We're going to see if we can bring this one home now. We've got a couple of horses started to rise to the occasion at the same time, but I think we've got more than enough in our back pocket. We're going to defend the place, take it home, 2 from 2 here in week 1 here in September. Fantastic win for Winter House. We love to see it. Right, we're going to be riding Nouvelle in this one. 3rd favourite for this race over this Class C filly stakes run over 1,500. Fair conditions, firm ground. George, the upcoming ride will be your landmark 100th ride. You'll regret it if you don't give it your best shot. So 100 rides, folks. This is it. And we're riding Nouvelle. I think this horse stands a decent chance. Obviously, there are others to be concerned about. Marionette, Kiki, obviously nicely rated. Toughness and excitability go against this one, though. I'd imagine it'll take a wide line heading for home, so do not be surprised if it veers away from the inside rail under Brian Peters. But I'm telling you now, I don't think Nouvelle's out of this. The bookies certainly give us a good chance. We like to sort of drop out. We might go wide as well. Obviously, this horse likes to run on. It's got spurt, no fade. But then again, you only ever use fade if you're a front runner, really. So this horse doesn't have to worry about carting its way to the front anytime soon. It's more about lurching through the field towards the end, and this horse can do that. Here we go. Now we're coming. This horse responds brilliantly. This is why I love riding Nouvelle. So you need to move out of the path of horses in front. We're now closing up on the front runners. Right, let's go for home now. This might be our chance. Right, here we go. We're kicking on. She's right. She's running beautifully. She's running beautifully again. Is she going to make it a perfect trio of wins for me? No! Oh, we got nabbed just before the winning post line. Right at the line, everybody. A great ride, though, for second. Hansa Queen Stakes, G3 action over 2,000, and we're on snipping for this one. This horse not necessarily fancied out of this group. Obviously, one of the big priced runners, but we have got some other contenders here that I'm sure will be very exciting. Daring Magic, of course, 76 rated with Brian Thomas in the saddle. A big opportunity here for Brian Thomas to take a G3 win. Obedient, Spirit, Soft, and Fade in its pocket. Spurt goes against it, but likes to sit at the front. So every chance we'll see this horse, you know, maybe 6 furlongs, you know, left, or should we say less than that, 3 furlongs left. It will likely find its way towards the front end of the order and stay there in a bid to win this one. So we're going to have to be fairly prominent. We'll do what we can. I mean, this horse likes to run in the midfield. Not badly rated, to be honest. And again, this is a horse that likes to spurt onwards, so quite the opposite to the favourite. Slow pace doesn't suit this one, though. But luckily enough, we're on firm ground, and I don't think it's going to be a slow pace whatsoever. Right, we're all lined up in the stalls for the first group race of this Hansa meeting. First week of September. We're all off and racing now. And a solid getaway at the same time. We're just going to sit in the midfield. Just let the events unfold right in front of us. And at the moment, I would say we're well posied right now. This horse is tough. She's a tough sort, so she's able to battle against others in a tight contest. And whilst, of course, we are one of the more outsiders, I would say, out of the group, it doesn't mean to say that this horse hasn't got quality. She does. She's got plenty of quality. The excitability, though, is a problem. Just saw there by and large, the sort of radar just going up a little bit, the tempo increasing. This one tends to run before it can walk as such. The favourite you can just see there in the middle in the maroon colours, just in between. The horse is closer to the inside rail. I'm going to send Snipping a little bit further forward. I'm going to put the whip in my left hand here. I'm going to see if we can take the fight to these guys. Okay, we're going to try it. Not a bad getaway. We've managed to shoot ourselves to the front here. We might be able to cause a little bit of a scene, and the favourite now in a bad position because he doesn't like to fade, and we take the Group 3! My goodness, what a result! A 3-way run to the finish line, not expected. What a result from Snipping. And what a result as well, folks. Not only do we take the G3 victory against the grain, I mean, what a ride. I could watch that one back, that's for sure. LeBlond has given us the ride of Snipping as a regular jockey. It's its first G-race win, and of course we will accept. Class C stakes action, Dark Envoy. 1,800 is the distance, fair conditions, firm ground. This horse 4th favourite for this race. Upturned, Charlie Chilwyn in the hot seat for this one. Not necessarily a grandly rated horse, but when you've got Charlie Chilwyn in the saddle, there's always a chance that we could see some fireworks, certainly with him in the saddle. Naturally, we'll give this horse a go. We've obviously ridden Upturned before. We actually won on Upturned in the past, but our horse is very similarly rated. I think we can give him a good race. Pick up the pace now with just over 2 furlongs left to go. Or just under 2 furlongs, I should say. I'm going to put the stick in my left hand. Charlie Chilwyn there on Upturned. We're also there, though, on ours. Okay, let's go for home. Come on, let's go for home. Let's see if we can give the favourites a bit of a headache here. I mean, this horse is just as good a quality as any of them. Oh, my goodness me, though, a tough run. Even Upturned struggled. That was an unlikely winner. Right, we're back on Makeup Artist, a horse we've ridden in the past as well. 6-year-old horse. Toughness goes against it, but no other Achilles heels. We're racing over 1,200. 3rd favourite for this race. The favourite for this one, Charlie Chilwyn. We meet again. The Cliff's End is the favourite. 60 rated, nicely rated again. It looks like we're going to be meeting Charlie Chilwyn in the prominent running position once more. We're actually in the same colours for this particular race, so the same owners. He's on my inside. I'm just going to allow our horse to cart its way a little bit further. We're going to kick for home. Got the front. Oh, Charlie's got us. He got us. We tried him. We tried him. So Hannah Davis just confirming after our win in the Hansa G3 that we are the victor in our little contest. So there we go. Okay, schedule for week 2. We got 4 races on day 1. Maiden Stakes action over 5 furlongs with Autobahn. Then 2 Class D races, the first of which will be set about over 1 mile 2 furlongs with King of Toki, and then Class D stakes action over 6 furlongs with Discovery Day. Then onwards to the final race of day 1, Class C action with Madness Escapade, and that is over 1 mile 2 as well. Hansa day 2, Class C handicap, 2,600 in distance, Deputy Celebrity, that's in the Class C, and then we have our feature race of the week, which is the A Ophiuchus Stakes Class A, 2,600 again with Comet Whirlpool, a horse I think that stands a fantastic chance in the race as well. 75 rated. This 4-year-old colt that's had plenty of experience has taken over $1.5 million worth of prize money, and Ken Holloway, the regular jockey, were racing for Alan Cooper with this one. A horse I think stands an excellent chance of winning the Class A. Right, Autobahn, and I hope it's going to go like the clappers, much like the real-life Autobahn as well. A prominent horse likes to be ridden up front, generally can be ridden slightly back in the midfield as well. Power, spirit, and spurt in its pocket. Obedience, fast pace, and fade might be an issue, which might be a struggle over firm ground, but it is cloudy out there. So whether that will cause the certainly the group to slow up a little bit, I'm not quite sure. Obviously, a small field at the same time, so they all might want to back up. Not convinced that every single one of them are front runners, to be honest. The favourite for this race is Fish Title. Now, this is a front runner. William Walter in the saddle, the 2-year-old colt. Obedience, spirit, and spurt go against it. Soft and fade in its pocket. It's going to be an interesting race. See if it can be Autobahn by name, Autobahn by nature. That's what I would love to see. Right, let's see if we can kick on. We've got plenty of stamina with this runner. Use some of it just to sprint to the front. Responds beautifully. Right, here we go. Let's see if we can take it all the way home now. Has she got enough in the tank? Can she stomach this run to the finish? Yes, she can. Brilliant from Autobahn. Love it. What a response. I knew we were there. Right, King of Toki over 1,800. That's a mile and 2. Everyone, cloudy weather, firm ground. 7th favourite for this one. Not necessarily the pick of the bunch, but friendly Michelle is. But one thing I will say, 58 ability. That means it's going to be a tough field. It's going to be really who's best at the little details, really, because we're 56 rated. Slow pace is our problem. This, I think, though, is going to be a fast-paced race, so let's see how we go. Right, plenty of stamina left. We're going to try and make a move around the outside now. Stamina starts to deplete. Just look at the pace change on this horse, the turn of foot straight away off the bat. This is a horse with plenty of punch behind him, and he's going to go for home already. So here we go, and we're leading the way. Taking the outside, and no one seemingly able to stop us. Here we go. Can we take it home? Not quite. We gave it a good run. We gave it a good go. So close. A nose of a difference. They said it was a close field, and it certainly was. Right, Discovery Day over 1,200. That meaning 6 furlongs. 6th favourite for this race, but it's quite a big field. 56 rated, a front runner as well. Scratch Present is the favourite for this one, and again, not a lot of difference between the ratings. I honestly think it could go anywhere for this Class D once more, and I would give ourselves, a solid chance. We're expected to make the running at the beginning with number 6, which is Lost in the Park. A horse that is actually less fancied than ours, Stefan Clement in the saddle. Similarly rated, though, at 56. Let's see how we go. Obedience and Spurt, the issue with this one. You are on the left-hand side. It's a bad draw, really, on our part. Obviously, there's nothing we can do about that. That's just the way it works in racing. But we're going to try and lift ourselves aloft anyway. We've got as much of a chance as anybody else, and we've taken a wide line, and this horse is responding. Despite there being a lack of spurts, certainly this horse prefers fade. That's not a bad result. 3rd place. I knew we were going to get swarmed down in the end. Obviously, there's those horses that like to spurt towards the finish. Ours doesn't, but that was a good ride. Right, Class C stakes action. Madness Escapade, a little bit closer to the front end of the market. This one, a back marker runner that likes to be situated towards the rear. The favourite, Dark Message, very nicely rated, 60. Nigel Withers in the saddle. Should just be sitting in front of us as we make our way through the early goings of the race. Obviously, we'll just have to track it, really, at the moment. Expect it to start roaming up through the field, I should say, or maraud its way forward. And we're just going to have to tread it and just hopefully you know, make our own challenge down through towards the finish line. We'll take a look at some of the attributes. Obedience and Fade are the problem, but we do have that key spurt ability. And we do need to be towards the front if we're going to land a challenge. And I would say we're probably undermining the favourites' strategy for this race, and the jockey probably is having a panic. Let's see if we can go for home now. We are going to challenge up at the front. We have got the lead. The question is, can we hold on to it come the finish line? Let's wait and see. We're currently first at 14 at the moment, and yes, we will win. And not even challenged by any means. A great result. Nicely done. Well, we've been given the ride of Madness Escapade as well, so big thank you to Peter Morgan for that. We'll take it. Right, Deputy Celebrity, second favourite in this Class C encounter. A very long race, this one, though. In fact, it goes as far as 2,600. And for those of you wondering what that means, well, I can tell you that, in fact, it does mean that it's a mile and 5 furlongs here for this particular race. So we're going to be in for yes, it is a mile and 5. So, yeah, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be an interesting battle. Second favourite, as I said, the favourite for this one is Foolish Bird. William Collins in the saddle. No Achilles heels, but equally enough, very close abilities. In fact, they're matching. The only issue with this horse is that it has focus that goes against it, which might be a problem, and Fade and Obedience. To the wide outside, I'm going to put the stick in my left hand. Just seems to work around this course, and I'm not sure why, but we're going to take the wide approach. See if we can open up these front runners like a tin of beans, really. Right, here we go. Okay, let's go for home. Here we go. Okay, we got our nose in front. That's what matters now. Is the focus going to be a problem? We're going to find out now. Don't let me down, horse. Oh my goodness, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It was keen to look the other way. Not that it mattered. A blind victory. Phenomenal. Right, so we're moving on to the feature race of week 2, and it's the A Ophiuchus Stakes, and over 2,600 in distance. And we are talking, at the moment, a mile and 5. Much like our last race, but this one is a Group A, not a Group A, a Class A. So, like I said, feature race. We're on the favourite, Comet Whirlpool, rated 75. And, of course, here for Alan Cooper as well at the same time. Any other runners that we can look at? Delta Town Blues. We've ridden this horse before as well. 71 rated, but I think we're on the better horse. Philip Stewart in the saddle for the 5-year-old. But we are on a classy sort here. 4-year-old Colt, and with still plenty more to give. This is lovely. Delta Town Blues getting boxed in as well at the same time. So this is a wonderful position to be in now. Comet Whirlpool now starting to pick up and join the front runners. I think that is dual champion on the inside as well. We're going to pick up the pace. We haven't moved a muscle. We don't have to just yet, but we will now. Here we go. Comet Whirlpool going for home with the lead right now in this Class A and storming to victory. Untouched. Delta Town Blues could not stop us. And a big smile, I'm sure, on the face of Alan Cooper. Great win. So, folks, we've been on some incredible form lately, and it's really helped us out for week 3 in terms of the schedule, because we have got some phenomenal horses that we are riding in this one, and we have got some grand feature race action to bring you as well at the same time. First and foremost, though, Bologna Hopeful Stakes, Bay Zitan. Of course, our regular ride, we're racing with that one. Obviously, a winner last time out as well in, obviously, class competition. I think the Class A might be a tougher ask, though, over 1,200. We'll see. Pre-Jessica, though, the feature race on day 1 with Deep Air. We then have Maiden Stakes action on day 2. In fact, 2 maiden races. First of all, Bend the Rules over 1,200. And then we have this incredible number, this incredible horse over 1,800. Just take a look at this. Alikiri. I'm going to say Alikiri. Let me know if I'm wrong, but 78 rated. This horse should mop up. This is my nap for the week. It's going to be a phenomenal runner. I think this one for James Pears. Can't wait to get stuck into this one. Love Blessing as well in the Class D over 1,200, and then Class C handicap action with Winners Circle at the same time. We then have, though, G2 action, and we are riding Glorious Day for Alan Cooper, but we are up against some stiff competition. We were offered another horse that was distinctly better, but we could not get the maiden horse and this one at the same time. I didn't have enough riding points, so we opted for Glorious Day, 81 rated, so still stands a modest chance in my opinion. Right, Bay Zitan, first and foremost, the 2-year-old gelding, 8th favourite for this one. I said it would be an outsider, And it is a long shot, though we were a long shot for our last handicap race where we won with Bayesitan. So you just simply never know. Shine Roma is the favourite, 60 rated, and Crispin Loose in the saddle. Of course, Bayesitan 56 rated. Still a close field, so you never know. And hopefully, our good form will continue later into week 3's nominations. But I must say, Bayesitan running very nicely. We are starting to move up now on the others. I don't mind running a bit wider than everyone else, and certainly I think we went for home at just the right time. We do have a little bit of energy left, and it looks like Bayesitan, a gutsy horse on his day, is going to take third. Brilliant results in Class A competition as well. Right, Deep Air in the Pre-Jessica. 4th favourite for this one. Does stand a decent chance. 62 rated at the same time. This, of course, being over 1800. Cloudy but firm ground. We have the favourite, S. Safar. Only 71 rated. Now, I would say that Alan Rizzo isn't going to have this all his own way. Likes to be situated behind the midfield runners. Start and focus is a problem with this horse, and fade isn't great either. I must say, I think we have a better chance. And look at our weight. Of course, one of the lowest weighted horses for this particular one. And this horse also likes fade. So if we can get to the front with maybe 2 furlongs to go, I think we'll be okay. Well, let's give it a big deep breath, shall we? As we now look to turn for home. I'm hoping that the favourite has an uncomfortable run. Indeed, it might. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Straight away off the bat, we're going to try and get this horse to respond. And indeed he is. Deep Air digging deep here. 2nd place. He gave it a fantastic go. The 9 got us, but a brilliant ride. Right, we're on the favourite Bend the Rules over 6 furlongs on day 2. This is the first of our day 2 mounts. 1200, of course, being 6 furlongs. Cloudy, but good ground. A little bit softer than day 1. We are the favourite, as I said. The 2nd favourite is Modern Minister. I think we've got more quality than this one. Obviously, the one that Ronald Redfield will be taking on. 2nd favourite, but does struggle with obedience and spirit. So I think with that in mind, I think we'll have a better run. And luckily enough, it's not soft ground, so we should be okay. Let's put the stick in the left hand. Right, I'm going to try and push the horse on a little bit. The others are starting to think about home already, but this horse has got a little bit left in it. Okay, let's go. Come on, Bend the Rules. Come on, Bend the Rules. Come on, Bend the Rules. Yes, lovely win. Not necessarily dominant. We beat the 2nd favourite, though. That's what's important, and we got the vital victory. Nice run for Bend the Rules. And just like that, LeBlanc coming up with the regular ride. Once again, we are now the regular jockey for Bend the Rules. We'll take it. Right, this is my pick for this week, and what a horse it is, folks. Alighieri, over 1800, the favourite by a mile, I am sure. No Achilles heels. We'll take a look at it against some of the other runners. Master Concerto is the 2nd favourite, and Eggerstein's mount, 56 rated. If we don't mop up here, folks, I don't know what. But we've got plenty of stamina to work with here, and Alighieri giving me a top-notch ride right now. Just look at this. This is how you know you've got a decent horse under your belt. Still happy to move on and just get trundled along here at this late stage. Might not even have to use the whip that much more, in fact, at all here at this stage. Fabulous stuff. Just needed a few smacks at the start to get her going. And it was like up in the gears in the gearbox on an engine. Just careered away. Phenomenal. Right, 4th favourite, Love Blessing in the Class D Stakes over 6 furlongs. Cloudy weather, firm ground. But likes to be ridden from the back. Spurt, not in its pocket. Is in his pocket. Spirit against it, I should say. We'll take a look at the favourite. That is Turning Jesse. A close field this again, and we like close fields. Right, but now we need to be a little bit more conscientious of the pace that we're putting in. Put the stick in my left hand. I think we can come away with something here. I like the way this is going. Okay, I'm going to go wide. Now we're going to go for home, and we have got enough potential, I think, to at least hit the front and then some. Here we go. Love Blessing giving us the blessing here. Now as we come up towards the winning post, and it's victory. Love Blessing does give us the blessing. Fantastic win. Right, winner's circle favourite for this Class C handicap over 1800. Cloudy weather, but firm ground. Obedience and Spurt blue. Fade goes against it, but this horse can run anywhere. Likes to race prominently. With Fade not being its specialty, I think we're just going to time it right and try and burst in behind the front runners. So we are going to run it prominently. I'm not going to lead. We're going to try and just take it straight home. So we'll see how we go. But nicely rated, this horse. Obviously, other ones to be worried about, I think, are Night Reception. Of course, second favourite, 58 rated. But there's no clear division between each horse in terms of ability. They're fairly close. I'll put the stick in my left hand as well. Creeping into this. Obviously, we are the favourites for this race. Okay, let's see if the spurt helps us now. Come on, come on. Come on, give us a good run. Oh, yes, I think did we just get it? That was so close. Dead heat, if anything. It was second. I can't believe it. Right, here we go. G2 action. And we're on a good runner. Glorious Day. 6th favourite for this race. Likes to be positioned right at the back, and some very distinct colours as well, purple, white and yellow. Autumn Trial Stakes action, this is at Bologna. Firm ground once again. Let's take a look at the favourites, and it's For Valor. 88 rated horse. Gary Hansen in the saddle as well. What a combination this is for this G2 event. The one that we were offered, but we actually had to turn down, was Augustinius, and look who's in the saddle. It's Colin Baldwin, a horse with just as good a chance to win, but obviously excitability does go against it. Looks like a very well-prepared runner here for Colin, and I wouldn't be surprised if Augustinius turns out to be the winner of this one. But we're on a good horse, and you never know. We've done well on outsiders in the past, but can we do it in a G2? It's a good start. Good start to kick us off. Could it be a glorious day for Glorious Day? I hope so. We're running slightly more prominently than we would like. Turn that around. I just need to pull the horse up a little bit. I think others are obviously feeling that concern as well at the moment. No one wants the advantage so far. Clearly that's a distinction of where the field is, really. And I can't really afford to pull up much more because obviously I don't want to put us into blue momentum. It just wouldn't be productive. So we're better off just sitting in behind the runner in front of us. We'll just wait for an opening, which I hope is going to come sooner rather than later. We're coming into the final 5 furlongs now shortly. Inside the final 5 now. Okay, some of the favourites are on the move, as you can see on the left-hand side. One of them is, I think it was Al Jaswari, I think, was the one we turned down. See Colin Baldwin with a fantastic mount for this race. Going to try and push forward now. There's a little gap in front of the runners here, so now we can persuade Glorious Day to move through, and indeed we will. Might catch a few runners by surprise here with this rush of momentum we're pulling out here. And I'm quite pleased with how this is going. We're in front at a very key point in time in this race. Glorious Day going for home. And will it be a glorious day at this G2 at Bologna? And indeed it will. G2 win. And I think we just beat the favourites. That's the one we like. The celebration's in full flow. Right, folks, week 4 in September, and we have got a fantastic lineup for this one. Now, firstly, you might see, oh my goodness, George, you're back over the jumps and back on high stepper. Well, bit of news on that, folks. I got the controls wrong. That's why I was struggling in previous episodes of getting over the jumps. I was using the back triggers on my controller, on my PlayStation controller, when in fact it was the X button I should have been using to jump. I was wrapped up in the champion jockey methodology of taking the jumps. So I had to recess my memory and go back to what it was like with G1 Jockey 4, and indeed the X button was back, which is great news because I always preferred that, to be honest. So, high stepper over 3,210, so hopefully we'll finally finish our first jumps race. Fingers crossed. Class D Philly Stakes action comes up after that with Cynthia over 2,000, and then we have Class D handicap action with Militarism, another horse we've ridden in the past, and indeed won on as well, I think. That's over 6 furlongs. Then we move in to day 2, and we've got a couple of really nice horses here as well. Dover Jet being one of them. Class D Stakes over 1,800 stands a great chance. Bad Beat, though, I think stands an even better chance in the Class C Stakes over 1,200. We get our first ride on Morning Symphony, and I'm looking forward to this because it's Bologna Vase Stakes, our second G2 of this episode, and I think Morning Symphony. It will be a Morgan Symphony if we win, I think. But we'll give it a good go. Morning Symphony in the Bologna Vase Stakes. Right, so kicking things off with a Class A chase and High Stepper. We're back in the saddle on this one, and we're going to do it justice this time, because now we know what we should have done to begin with. We got a great chance of this one. This is obviously a quality horse. Second favourite for this race is Happy Life. A distinct difference in terms of ability, I think, between the two. Not saying that Happy Life isn't a decent horse. It is. Fred Hansen in the saddle. If it's anything like Gary Hansen, then it has a great chance. Obviously, the top jockey in the jump scene on G1 Jockey is Hugh Barry, and he's on Orange Ball, which is actually an outsider for this one, but will make all the running. Other horses to watch, King of Wolf. Of course, we know a little bit about this one. Ned Campbell in the saddle, and third favourite for the race. Very tough. A bit of a legend in my book, really, King of Wolf. Not necessarily for the reasons of it being a world-class horse, or certainly a world beater, though when I have ridden this horse, I have won a G1 on it in the past. And it always has a special place in my heart. So I'm sorry to beat you, King of Wolf, but I'm afraid we're going to have to. Of course, I'm still trying to manage the pace a little bit. We're coming now down to the final couple of furlongs. We're inside the final three. We haven't moved a muscle. Everyone else is on the move. They're a little bit concerned, I think. But we haven't moved at all. And High Stepper with still a plethora of potential underneath. Is surely going to take it home, and easily as well. No complaints for High Stepper, a step above the rest. A wonderful performance, and our first win over jumps, folks. Right, so we got Cynthia over 2,000, that meaning, of course, 1 mile and 2 furlongs. Class D Philly Stakes action, and it should be good. In fact, no, is it 1 mile and 4? Trying to think now, off the top of my head. No, it might be 1 mile and 2, actually. Should be 1 mile and 2. Am I losing the plot all of a sudden? Yeah, no, it is. It's 1 mile and 2. I don't know what's wrong with me, chat. Cynthia is our mount. We are on the 8th favourite for this race. Not necessarily a standout, but still, you know, it's a big field, and we're about middle of the market so far. We got Honor in Flowers, but again, a close group in terms of ability. And Cynthia, not bad in terms of her raw abilities. 58 rated, start good, spurt good. The only questionable thing is the distance. Ideal is 1,400, but can go as high as 2,500. So it's doable. It is doable, folks. Moment. Just have a little bit of stamina left. I'm just going to try and keep lurching forward. Put the stick in my left hand here. We are now starting to join the front runners. And we're now in front at a very key moment in this race. So let's go for home. Here we go. So I'm using all my potential straight off the bat. Hopefully that's not going to go against us here. Okay, let's take it home. It's going to be hard to hold on to it. I think we're still a few legs left. Oh my goodness, we were unlucky. Oh, neck and neck. Second by a whisker. But that's more than we were anticipating. Right, Militarism, a horse that is second favourite here at Bologna on day one, and I think we've got a great chance on this one. We've won on this horse in the past. We know what it takes. The favourite, dual nationality. Again, it's a close field. Forrest Smith in the saddle for this one, but 58 ability against 58 ability, with us having Soft and Fade in our pocket, though we are over firm ground, so Soft is kind of negated, but we do have that Fade ability, and we can just sit prominently, open up, and then push to the end, and this horse can go forever. Pick up the pace a little bit, because other horses are starting to move, and we're stuck on the outside. I'm going to put the stick in my left hand now and hope that it helps us out. I've got a little bit of stamina to play with, so I'm going to kick on, try and get Militarism in a handy posse. Okay, we're going to take it from the wide outside and hopefully sweep around said outside as well. It has worked in the past. Let's see if it works again. Militarism now coming up towards the line and does take the win. Brilliant decision, I think, to hold it out wide. Managed to avoid a lot of the chaos on the inside rail, and it definitely paid off. Great news, guys. We got the regular ride on Militarism, which obviously will help us in the Class Cs and the Class D handicaps, etc. Though this one may likely feature in the Class A's, but we're going to take on Militarism anyway. Right, over Jets, Class D Stakes over 1,800, 59 rated, no Achilles heels. This horse is definitely in with a chance. Though, let's have a look at the favourites. We've got Tail of the Tub, 59 rated again, close ratings, close abilities, and Achilles heels all round. it's going to be close again. The jockeys are going to be the difference makers, I think, in this race. Certainly seems to be the more appropriate one as of late. I'm going to see if it works out for me again, because it's worked well a few times now through the course of this save. Right, let's try it again. Here we go. See if we can take on the leader now. He's out in front, but he's falling away. And we're picking up the baton now and going for home. And it looks like we will take it home as well, and that's another win. Oh, we're on fire this episode, folks. What a sequence of rides we have had. Ever since week one, it's just been one after the other. So our pace technique has increased as well. That's only going to help us at the same time as we make our way through the booked rides that we have for future races leading up to the end of the season. I mean, what a run we are on. Right, so 1200 action, Class C stakes as well. Bad beat, and only third favourite, despite us being highly rated. 61, I'd hate to see what the favourite's like. Dr. Fitzgerald, 58 rated. I'm puzzled. Have your say in the comments, folks. Do you agree with this? I don't agree. Why on earth is Bad Beat rated? Ability-wise, 61. No Achilles heels. We're going over a distance it can cover, and it's not favourite. Do the punters know something we don't? Do the bookies know something we don't? Interesting. Hopefully we don't get boxed in, though. That is obviously a big concern. We've got plenty of stamina left. Right, I'm going to try and use it if I can. I think we're going to need it to find position. Stick in the left-hand time. We know what we're doing with this. Oh my goodness, look at the raw pace again. It's bounding past the front runners, and we're going to try and kick on and take it home. And I don't think we're going to be stopped either. Bad beat. The bookies were against us. And for no good reason. Bad day for punters there. Great result for Bad beat. Right, the big race of the episode, folks. The Bologna VAR Stakes G2 over 200 in distance. And we are talking a race that is going to be run over 1 mile and 3 furlongs. We're talking near enough Derby distance here at this point. Derby or Oaks distance. 6-year-old Morning Symphony. Of course, maybe its best days are behind her, but we have, of course, strong affinity with this horse as well. A horse that we claimed off Nigel Withers, who willingly gave it to us. Obedience, power, fast-paced, spirit, spurt, soft. A fantastic plethora of abilities. Favourite for this race as well. Love that. We're in the form of our life as a jockey as well. Second favourite is Special Order. 85 rated. Kurt Lorenz in the saddle. A lovely sort as well. Loves to be ridden prominently. Obviously, will just be ran in behind him. And I've got to take a look at the third favourite. Floral Tributes. 87 rated for Edgar Steen, this 4-year-old colt. Arguably, probably the pick of the bunch. This one might be the main danger, I think. But you can never count out Morning Symphony, folks. I'm excited. Let me know in the comments who you think's going to take this one before the race is run. I charge you with that. This is going to be a blast. It's a lovely break. So as long as we can stay in a nice steady gallop, we have got some world-class sorts. Some incredible horses in this field, folks. I mean, I appreciate that largely everything about this in G1 Jockey is fictional, and indeed, you'd be right in saying that. But at the same time, these horses alone in this game become legends that we all speak about. You know, much like the real deal or the real ones, you know, at hand. And of course, you could discuss them all you like in my Discord as well at the same time as well. I know that many of the players do. But we're having a good run so far. We're coming down to the final 6 furlongs. We're currently running relatively prominently. I mean, we can run in the midfield with this horse. I'm not too worried about that as such, but we've now got the other favourites starting to loom up as well. So we need to keep our tabs on that. And of course, I think that's the favourite leading the way. There are 2 more colours there, obviously more being like lilac pink. Right, I'm going to try and take up the running now with 3 furlongs or so left to go. I'm going to see if I can take it home and hosed away from the front runner. Okay, let's try and kick on now. We've got a little bit left in the tank. Come on, Morning Symphony. Give us a day like this. Give us a day like this, Morning Symphony. Sing me a song, Morning Symphony. Come on, a wonderful ride again. Surely a Group 2 in our pocket. Yes, it is. Oh, brilliant. The 3 top market favourites in the betting for this race, all in the front 3. Magic. So, folks, that leaves us on 49 wins. We are 1 away from half a century on 50. Surely the Champion Apprentice Award is as good as ours. So, folks, that is now the end of this particular episode, and we've come to the end of September, and just look at the numbers. We have shot up the table after a blistering week, a blistering month of rides, and we are now sat behind Jack Fletcher on 49, one away from the illustrious 50, and just to blow your minds even further, 18 away from Gary Hansen at the top of the standing, and we are only getting closer as well. Lance Hamilton in second place, William Collins in third, Charlie Cholwin down in fourth as well, ahead of Jack Fletcher, but we're on 49, one away as well from Jack Fletcher, who is a tremendous jockey, might I add. Who knows, folks? This could be the year. Could we do the unthinkable? Could we win the Champion Apprentice and win the overall championship? Anything's possible. On that note, folks, that is the end of the episode. If you enjoyed that one, please let me know in the comment section below. And at the same time, you know what to do. Leave a like and also subscribe. And this has been certainly one of my most favourite episodes I think I've recorded so far. I mean, what an occasion. 2 G2 wins. And the last one being on Morning Symphony, who sung us a symphony. And it was extraordinary. Goodbye, folks. Now Morning Symphony, who leads the way with Special Order also looking to come in and join Morning Symphony up at the front, further back. Then Garantara running a wide line there for Hannah Davis. They take the final turn for home and now being asked to push. It is Morning Symphony further back. Special Order also looking to kick on. Further back also then comes Gold Concord. But Morning Symphony singing its own symphony and wins the Bologna Bars.